I think my primary motivation is that Rob's been talking about the Story brand. We've been sitting in on some of his training webinars, and the idea was that we could come and spend a day with our peers and knock out a lot of the process and kind of simplify that.
What are some of the good things that you learned today?
It was great meeting everybody in person. So I've been on phone calls with these people for, I think, the last 8 months. So they actually do exist, so that was helpful. As far as things that we learned, the process, and for me, being a recovering engineer, trying to simplify, right? Trying to simplify the message and not use as many words.
What are some of the things that you learned at the event today?
I think the biggest thing I learned is just how to clarify the message so that it's just in a few words that are understandable to the audience I'm trying to attract.
Fantastic. And is it easy?
No. But it is nice to have a group of people to bounce ideas off of that are going through the same process. And I learned a lot from just the people in the room, and to throw ideas out and be able to have people go, yeah, that's great, no, that's not so good, maybe tweak it this way, I think was maybe the most valuable part.
Tell me, what motivated you most to come to this event?
Well, when Rob and I had talked about this, he had mentioned that it would help me define my target market better and also how to present myself to that target market in order to get more clients. And I also noticed I was sending a text to someone this morning telling them how much I love, learning more about financial planning and playing with numbers for my clients, but how much more important and how much more time I'm investing in the marketing. And also to have the ability to meet all the people that I've been Zooming with for months and to get their feedback directly rather than on Zoom.
Well, basically, when I heard Rob saying there's a storybook needs to be done for my marketing and stuff, and he says I'm doing a special meeting on that, so I thought maybe a good idea. And I also, wanted to get out of the home and come and enjoy the beautiful Minneapolis.
What are some of the things that you learned today?
Well, a lot of things. Message has to be very clear so that people can understand what you do, how you do it. That's the basic strength of this thing. And of course we need to make sure that all the messages that we convey through the social media or other resources should be all have to be same message, and it has to be done properly.
Could you tell me what motivated you to come to this event?
Well, for probably the past several months, we've been talking over Zoom, and I wanted to connect with people in person, and I wanted to get clarity on my marketing message.
Okay, and what were some of the key things that you learned today?
The key things that I took away were: you confuse, you lose. Keep it simple, stupid. And finally, I am not the hero of the story, rather I am the guide.
I'd like to ask you, what was your primary motivation for coming to this event?
Marketing is kind of this elusive process for advisors. We are great at advising people creating financial plans, but we're not marketing experts. So to come here and gain some clarity on what we could do to market to the right niche, to the right people, and ensure that our message comes across and that we can earn more appointments and ideally earn more business.
So Frank, thanks a lot for taking a moment out to share with us today what you learned from today's event. What was the primary motivation for you coming today?
Well, first of all, I wanted to meet people face to face that are actually in the same struggle that I'm in, and that is kind of unlearning a lot of the things that we might have learned over the years that are not effective, and actually learning how to not just attract the right clients, but actually maybe even to repel the wrong kind of clients by clarity of message that resonates with people as to what they want to accomplish versus a kind of a sales job. And I just really appreciate knowing that there's a group of people here, led by Rob, of course, that really is here to support and be a sounding board for things like that. And It's kind of a groupthink thing that I think is really makes a hard struggle easier.
Well, a number of things motivated me, and one of them was to finally get to meet some of the faces that I meet with on Zoom, every week, usually several times. But beyond that, it was really, what do I need to do to get this brand thing to work?
And what were some of the things that you took away from today's event?
Well, I learned that clarity is really important. I, along with many of my colleagues, we have the ability to talk and teach about the stuff we do ad nauseum. And while that may be an acceptable thing once we're working with somebody, it really doesn't do anything to help attract people. And so what I learned a lot about today was how to make that messaging concise, so that it will attract people and it will stay ingrained in their memory. And sadly also that I have a long way to go yet till I have it down.
I've been working with Rob and learning about Story Brand for quite a while, for several months, and meeting a lot of people on Zoom, but I really wanted to meet them in person, meet Rob in person. But also, I find that when I'm trying to really get down to our own personal Story Brand working, I'm always taken away, and I can't seem to focus. And today was really good because it would help me focus. I've got a ways to go still, but it was a real good time to focus better.